yeah, we do it, yeah, I go up. We influence, yeah, see me moving, yeah, I glow up. Every time I show up, I can flip my switch out. They act like they know us, but they ain't no dog on big dog. Asking if it's still a flex, say they better go ask Booyah. Never think I'm gon' check, better pull up like whoa. Come to place and I'm the best, I ain't worried about none who y'all. 24, no rest, stand on business, I'm too tall. Thought you was a threat, I do real life through no tip attack. On the internet, we don't do that, see I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks, I don't owe no debts. I've been through that, see you SOS. SOS, SOS, see you SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS, 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 see you SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it. All in for the jackpot. Every time I want the last shot. Championship ring. Ring started from a mascot. Went to Rollies from a G-Shot. Brand new kettle, no teapot. You should know I don't play. Go sicko mode like I'm T-Scott. Eagle vision from the treetops. Went to image from a green dot. Never had no limit, but I had some Reeboks. Keep it humble, but the fees not. In the game, no free spots. But I earn what's mine. Nothing less, I'ma shine. Thought you was a threat. I do real life through no tip attack. On the internet, we don't do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you SOS, SOS, SOS. See you SOS, need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS, SOS, SOS. See you SOS, we don't talk checks, we get to it. Time to run it all. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip. This. Time to run it all. No sleep. No rest. Might crash. Might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it all. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip. This. Time to run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip, this, tell them run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it all. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip, this, tell them run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it all. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself there getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip, this, tell them run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it all. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip, this, tell them run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it all.
Good morning all. Happy Thursday to everyone. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Let's get it. London session here. Big New York session towards downside on most assets. We saw some downside movement here. Very interesting to pick this up. Yesterday was a fun session in NY, man. Was very interesting how it ended up playing out. And London here, we see, you know, obviously not as much downside as we would see on like, you know, something like US 30 or something, or NASDAQ. We definitely saw a lot more downside on those assets compared to, and also DAX here, compared to what we saw on, you know, gold. But nevertheless, gold did see some downside. Now, if we're looking at the analysis here, right, on gold, we'll start off. Daily has closed bearish here. So we have left a bearish candle close here. It's our first bearish candle close this week. Yep, first bearish candle close this week. And yeah, you know, obviously very interesting. Let's just have a look at the calendar for today, it being Friday here. A bit of FOMC speaking later, otherwise pretty much clean. See if they've put anything here in terms of last minute changes because of government's opening. So we haven't seen anything changed here. Did anything change? No. So yeah, Matt is asking what caused this fundamental drop. They kind of hinted that they might not see further rate cuts, maybe. And then obviously we had this pump because of them reopening government. But, you know, them reopening government is not... It's positive, but, you know, it doesn't really... what's the word? Like, there's no... Like, okay, the government reopened, great, but now what? You get what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, people buy that hype, buy the rumor, sell the news type event. Also, a bit of the anti-rate cuts here is not going to help. Plus, you know, we've been pushing at all-time high on US 30. So these are, if you look at where we are on daily, for example, it's not like, yeah, it's a big daily candle, but this was our last high here on the daily. We're only, you know, 0.5% down from the last daily candle closing high. So it's not, you know, detrimental dump this. It's more of a healthy pullback, I would say. Obviously, it happened aggressively, 2% down on the day, which is heavy on the stock market, but it's not like a major crash, you know. So looking at gold here, daily bearish. We have 4-hour time frame doji bearish here. We're sitting at 4-hour support right now. If we can trade below there, sells are going to make sense, right? Problem is selling to there would have been a bit nicer, of course, if we could sell to there. So we'll see what happens when we react around 169 here. 169 could definitely be a spot where we start to bounce. Let's see what that is on a 1 hour. It's nothing on a 1 hour. We are towards the lows of the range, so I really do not want to be selling continuation. I want to see a pullback and then sell that pullback. That would be a much better scenario for me, is to see a pullback and then be part of the pullback. Even if it's something like this would be nice. I don't want to be selling the lows here and then getting caught up in some sort of pullback. I rather it get down here, pull back, and then I could start to see, not all the way down there, but wherever it wants to reach, and then I can take the sells and have the bigger move that I get involved in, instead of being in this move here where it could be a little bit confusing, especially with 1 hour being closer towards the bottom half of the range. No pullbacks on the 1 hour. We see the 30-minute here, similar story. We have a pullback back here, but now we've already reached 30 targets, right? This is your 30 target. So if you were in sells from up here, you would see what? You would basically see this as your target. So we don't want to be selling at a potential target. We want it to pull back and then give us sell option. So that's the plan for gold. I don't think I'll buy it just yet. Probably not this session, maybe next session, US session, I'll be looking for gold buys. Unless something crazy happens, we get some big candles. That obviously will kind of force me to change my plan. Otherwise, I'm going to be more on the downside here, just with how we're forming, with, you know, 4-hour candles looking like this and daily candles as well. So yeah, that's what basically the plan is. Now if we're looking here at Mr. DAX here, obviously heavy downside move yesterday, daily time frame closing very strong bearish below all of our supports and etc. 4-hour time frame here has created a support, so maybe we're trying to bounce, but we're stuck at all this previous range here. This is all a previous range. 1 hour time frame here, we can see same resistance with that we're stuck at here. Mixed session bias today, so you know, obviously we could just play the range, and if we get out of this range here, we could sell and have some pretty heavy downside move, especially that we've tested this previous as well. So it could be very interesting to see if we just, you know, leave this range. Inside of the range, there might be an opportunity. Let's have a look at 5. You know, potentially we could see how this range forms here. Playing outside the range as well is going to work. It's kind of a buy above, sell below type situation, but I kind of feel like one of them is going to fake out, if I'm being honest. I want to see how this 1 hour candle closes. Will give us some good information. With good 5-minute structure, this should be fine. The buys and the sells, both ideas should be fine with good structure. What is the rest of the market doing? Rest of the market still continuing down. See SPX, NAS. So we're still more in bearish positioning, where in DAX we're kind of trying to change that. So let's see, 2 minutes for the 1 hour to close is going to be important close here. Will give us some sort of idea, and then and yeah, we'll see what ends up happening on that side of things when we come to see the closes. So that's it. Let's have a quick look at GJ, see what GJ, if anything interesting today. Daily time frame here, still struggling to continue bullish. So we did close bullish, but no continuation. We retraced during the day. 4 hour time frames closing bearish, so we could come back and retest this highs if we want, which could be pretty nice. See, 1 hour is about to change structure potentially. If we can get a stronger close, would be better. I would say GJ above the 4 hour resistance is going to be your buy opportunity if we hang around here. And I don't like the sells. Too much support here. A lot of wicks. Otherwise, I would try to sell below here maybe. Would be a sell idea below here, but we just have too much stuff. Way too much stuff. Look at the 4 hour. Support here, support here, support here. At least on the upside, we have clean candle, clean wick, clean candles behind here, clean candle before, clean candle before. Clean, you get my point, right? It's just been clean the whole time we've traded in this zone. You know? Yesterday you took a loss on US 30. Yeah, I took the first trade and then I entered again. So it was good. Then it was absolutely crazy, the move that happened. So all you had to do is enter again on yesterday. So this one here gave a little bit of a liquidity grab here. Close below, liquidity grab. Actually on 5 minute for me. So close below here. Then we went up. There's no reason I see here to go break even, to be honest. And then we just liquidity grab the highs a bit here. And then getting in on these candles here. So that was the best. I took a US 30 loss. Yeah, and I'm telling you how to get back in. Right? You had to get back in. Just had to be patient. It took some time. You need to have your lower time frame understanding, and there was so many options on lower time frame. 3-4 options to get in. And then actually we had an amazing move. I wish I just left a runner, man, to fill this whole range here. You know, that would have been an amazing return if I just left something to just absolutely melt. So 1 hour candle has closed here. We've closed here without a top wick. I want to see on broker if that, yeah, that is the case. That's actually unfortunate. Does reduce some probabilities here for sure. And that is the hour close, so that doesn't make it easy at all. So what I want to see for the buys is I want to see some sort of 5-minute structure to trust the buys. You could take this. There's a 1 hour close above. We're right at that previous 4 hour. 5 minute has a resistance here. So I rather see a 5-minute candle close bearish and then something closing above this resistance to try the buys. If it just blasts without, then I'm not interested in that, because I also feel like we could fake out, which would happen here. All right, if it's going to fake out, it's going to do it like this. If we create structure like gold yesterday, the same trade we took on gold yesterday It's the same idea that can happen today, right? That's what we want to see. We want to see that confirmation that we had yesterday. We want to see the same confirmation today instead of being the buyer after one big candle here. I want to see how gold closed here on the 1 hour, still respecting that support, 4 hour support being respected. Again, I'd like to see us pull back deeper, the better we get some sort of pullbacks to continue down then. Selling the lows here, it is an option, but it's more of a complex option here. Because it's very high up, you know. And if we just capitulate and just start dumping, then that's not my trade, right? That's not my trade. So yeah, that's the analysis for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. Everything made sense. If you did, do the YouTube business. You know the drill. Leave a like on the stream. I would appreciate that. Hate to say it, but part of the game. So let's get it. Get the likes up on the stream and let's go. Let's go, let's go. 38 likes, 200 in here. Everyone's sleeping. Everyone's sleeping. Do I need to pull out? Do I need to pull out the motivation here? Need to make sure you guys are awake or what? Because honestly, that's how I'm feeling right now. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like you guys need to listen to this. Because everyone seems like sleeping.
There is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club.
Alright, that's how it is. That's how I'm feeling. So let's see what happens. How do you like here through Zoom? Oh no, you can just relax on Zoom. Zoom, you're okay. Just relax. What was that? That's the Friday motivation. This is a trading club, not a football club. Well, yeah, too bad. He's talking about football club. Yeah, there we go, right? Straight down. Really doesn't like that previous 4 hour. Make the sound a part of the stream. Yeah, we need a soundboard. I need to buy a soundboard. How much is a soundboard? Let's see how much to set up a soundboard. Soundboard. I mean, you can get well, they're not that bad, some of them. But the setup is the problem. You know, so complex to set up. I mean, you can get the online ones. Maybe we have to use this online ones. Problem is they're too loud. I need a browser. They're too loud. That's the problem. We could probably organize. Do you think it's a good idea that I try trade the last 2 hours of NY session or late NY? I'm trying to figure out the way trade. You probably saw it in Discord. You need to backtest it and see how the volume comes during that time. That time I'm sleeping at that time. So I don't know if there's volume at that time. Did you get any good trade at NY session? Yeah, so NY session was interesting. So this is what happened yesterday in NY session. So I initially took a sell. I took a sell. My idea was to take sells on, I had it marked like this, was to take sells on Dow Jones. So I took this close below here, 5-minute candle close below here. And I had an original stop loss somewhere up here. I put my original stop loss like this. And it went a little bit in profit. And then I closed here. So I managed this trade for half. Around 335 points. So 350 bucks. Then, after that, I came and obviously this messed around. I waited. And then I entered using the lower time frame. I entered on sells again once we got outside the range with a tighter stop loss. And then that trade worked out. But the only thing I wish is I held like a runner or something, because that would have been, if I held a runner, that position would have been a 1 to 6 position, which would have been nice. One hour support close to your re-entry. What made you trust you would push through? See what happens there. Very easy. You'll see immediate reaction from it. Hey Harry, how are you? All good, man. This is US 30, right? When there's volume, there's volume. When there's no volume, it's shit. So you're just literally waiting for there to be volume. As soon as there's volume, it's good. What chart do you watch on DAX on TradingView? Forex.com. So we can see here, tapped the top of the range and did not like it. Right? Did not like it. Can you explain how you manage? After stream. All of those technical questions and mentorship stuff we do after stream always. That's what it's there for. So make sure to ask those questions then so we can actually do some teaching. Kind of risky selling at previous support on lower time frame. No, 1 minute doesn't work like that. You have to learn how to use the 1 minute like that. It's different. Please spin today. Okay, I have it set up. I need you guys. What are we saying? What color are we saying? What color are we saying? We need to check today. Who has the luck? Actually, wait. I will put the colors as a poll. We have to start the poll. No, wait. I'll do the poll. Red we have. What do we have? Green. We have yellow. We have blue. What do we have? Red, green, yellow, blue. That's it. 4 options, right? All right. I put the poll here. Let's see some votes come through. This one should be interesting. Let's see your luck in the market today. If this becomes a thing, because yesterday we did it and our luck was good and we won. Who remembers that? And we won our trade yesterday. So let's see. I'll give you guys some time to vote. Man, people are saying green, man. They're going with green. Guy get his free month. I'm still waiting for him to reach out. But let's see what's happening here. 3 minutes for this 5-minute candle to close below potentially here. I would love to see some structure, but I need a close below. I can't enter this. We'll also get the 15-minute candle close below. Maybe we react off this again. So let's keep an eye on this, because the more I look at it, I can see we haven't really tested it. It's a bit of a gap there. We'll see on broker as well if we actually did test it. On broker, did we actually test it? It's close, but it's not technically fully tested. It's close though. And people are saying green, man. Green is winning. Would you say DAX price action during Asian was manipulation phase as it broke lows, reverse, break highs, reverse again? Yeah, could definitely be one. Could definitely be one. It's a this. I mean, this is classic old school DAX, what we used to have, which is this. We call it pre-session consolidation. But that's definitely interesting. Definitely did manipulate highs, manipulate lows. There was a poll last week. It was 50-50 about mixed bias. No, it was worse. Most of you guys got it wrong. So yeah, green is working. Green and then blue is second. I will have to cast my vote soon, but I just want to lock in a little bit here, see what happens with these candles here in 2 minutes, and then we'll do it. So give some more time for people to vote as well. Stops above the range would be too much. Yeah, for me, I don't think it'd be worth it to take this trade if you want to run this stop loss here. I mean, it could do it. I mean, you have the range. You have the range to run that stop loss. But your one-to-one is if it fills this whole range here. I'd rather just do something like that. You know, and trust this 1 minute structure and then see if what happens. I don't think it's going all the way down. Yeah, I mean, you know, it could do. We don't know. But if I can have a tighter stop, then I don't have to rely on it filling the whole range. DAX will fool the sellers, then pump. It's possible, yes. It came to the top of the range and rejected. So it is possible. We will see what happens, man. Still 1 minute for this candle to close. See how it closes. I personally prefer some sort of structure. I think without structure, it is an aggressive trade. How's your day today since you changed streaming times? It's fine. It's only twice a week. It's not a massive difference. We don't want it too deep. That's also the other problem here. If it closes too far down here, it's going to make our stop loss big. What are we looking like? 39 points at the moment. It's pretty decent stop. I'd love to see a 1 minute pullback on. So that's the only way I'm going to be able to take this right now, because this is just dumping. So I need to see 1 minute pullback and then I can enter, because unless, which would also be a big top wick because of the size of this candle. As a rule of thumb, you never, well, it's up to you what you do, but I never want to be entering after there's a massive candle, because that feels like I'm late already. A strong candle is fine, but a massive candle starts to become a bit dodgy, you know? So I'd love to see some sort of 1 minute structure form now. If it breaks the lows and continues, that's fine. I'm happy to miss this trade instead of avoid drawdown. We have a very big range here. If I can get a pullback to enter, I'll be happy to do that. I just do not want to be triggered like this and now it pulls back and I'm actually worried. I'm worried in this pullback because I know I'm selling aggressive and I know price has not gone up to grab liquidity yet. You know? So I don't want to be part of that liquidity grab. It might not happen, but based on my week, how my week is going so far, I don't want to give back silly profits trying to sell the lows here and just getting cooked, you know, without at least a 1 minute pullback to prove to me we have liquidity to continue. So don't be upset if this goes all the way to the floor and there was no way to get in, because you make the decisions now. Because you see, this is what I don't want to be part of, personally. In my trading, I don't mind holding drawdown if I have a reason to hold drawdown. But here, this is like a scary drawdown, could reverse. So we do have 1 minute candle bullish here, which is nice. It is a start. I wonder if we are so bearish today that that is enough. Is that going to be enough? Obviously, we would like it deeper. If it can pull back at least to this 15, a little bit higher, maybe up to 243 would be great for us. Then I can take it on the flip. Thunderstorm was another idea I could have had. But yeah, at the moment here, not enough for me. We could go aggressive on this 1 minute depending on how it closes here in 3 seconds. This would be an aggressive, but we are right at this 1 minute here. Yeah, that's gonna be tough as well. Yeah. Should be able to push through if it has volume here. But if it doesn't, it's coming straight to a stop loss. Is the 1 hour time frame? No, 1 hour time frame is sooner. Gonna approach this. This was gonna be my initial target here. Is gonna be the 4 hour support here. So now we have a problem because we're just getting closer and closer and closer to it, you know. So this could end up being a problem. But when we were up here, you can see it's quite a bit of room we have till we get there. There was about 20 points. So we have to see now what happens. If we got a retest up here, we could even probably run stop loss tight in the range like this. 26 points. Because now if you are in this trade here, this is technically considered a break-even zone. Technically you would have to go break even here. If it starts to reject, it's not going to be a good sign. So green is still winning. Green is still winning. 102 votes. Green has won. Let's end the poll here. Put the poll results in. Five-minute close below the 4 hour support, and then a pullback, and then we're ready to rock. We're ready to rock. That's it. See, that's the problem, man. That would have stopped me break even if I took this position aggressively, because I have to. It's one of my rules, man. 4 hour support is not a joke. Big pullbacks could happen from here. It's an unknown, and that would have snapped me out. That would have snapped me out. And then that's nasty. I hate when price does that. Snaps you out like that, and then it goes and closes below the zone you wanted it to close. Like this as well. No bottom wick. Terrible price action. Terrible. We are stuck on gold at this range here. GJ as well making its way back down now. So if we can get a pullback, that's all we need right now. Pullback, and then we take sells. Very simple. Only other way is we can look to tackle it on the 1 minute, but again, if we're going to take a 1 minute entry, then I need to see a pullback on 1 minute. So let's see if that happens. And while we wait, let's see the vote, because we might be taking a trade and we need to see if we're going to be correct. So we can see that green won. Personally, today I'm choosing yellow. I'm choosing yellow. That's my choice for today. Let's see who is correct. 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Good luck. See who is going to be giving us a signal for today. I am insane, bro. I am insane. That is how good I am. That is how good. It's like look at that, man. That is the difference, man. This is why. Bias wheel? No, I'm just insane. I should be charging money. How to? Yeah, I should put my win rate up, man. That's a plus win rate. It's rigged? How is it rigged, bro? Come on. Bring me, you guys do it then. You host a wheel. You host a wheel. Full Port Friday? Yes. Can you not read the title? Full Port Friday. We just checked our luck today for the full port. I put this wheel here and chat voted that green was gonna win. I chose yellow. No joke. I chose yellow. Last minute. Rewind the stream. Try the WAP wheel. Okay, that's a different story. But this wheel, I have probabilities. WAP wheel, honestly, on WAP wheel, I give 25% chance to win something. They're the ones who host it, so blame them. So yeah, I win today again. Give us the signal, please, after I send you guys the invoice. That's how everyone, huh? Everyone here. Where's the invoice? I'll give you a signal, but I send the invoice first. What's the meaning of full port? You'll either find out and be very happy, or you'll find out and quit trading forever. It's one or the other. That's the meaning of full port. Send me the invoice, I pay. Alright, no problem. Here's the invoice. That's the only invoice I have ready. There you go, invoice. You get more value with that as well. Access to learn directly from me. You get to join webinars. You get over 50 hours course content. Pretty good. Pretty good deal. One minute strategy looks juicy, but we're right at this level now. We're right at this level now. So it's going to be very difficult for us to do it right at this level. Below it, yes. Or pull back. If it can finally pull back, I would maybe be a little bit happy if it could do that. How much did we push here? Still not a 1-to-1, which is absolutely insane that it's not at a 1-to-1. From this candle close, right? 43 points. We've only moved 30. So it's not very decent yet. I really wish I held those gold, the US 30 sells yesterday. Would have been killer, man, if I could continue to hold them all the way down. But that's how trading is. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Woulda, coulda, shoulda. See what Ricardo's entry was here, lower time frame entry. That is crazy, man. You need to be super careful with that. Trust me, man. That stop loss is nuts. Be very careful long term. I'll tell you from now, from experience. That stop loss, entry is fine. I get the entry, but the stop loss, very difficult. We might have a 1 minute entry here. Never mind. Thank you very much, Dax. That's very kind of you. I saw one YouTuber yesterday who was using your same strat with a different name, running a private group monthly of $149. I don't own this strategy. No one can own a strategy. Dax clean range again. Dax needs a pullback, man. That would be nice. Otherwise, we have to push it on 1 minute here. We'll see in 31 seconds. Maybe a quick scalp. We'll see how this closes here. 23 seconds. If it closes bearish, there could be a quick scalp. Again, it's more aggressive. Kind of a get in, see what happens. If it doesn't work, then get out. We didn't close below. Do you any traders from the Opus building? I saw they launched a platform for volume on futures and integrated everything. Maybe it can give you some inspiration. But they priced the software at $1,000 a year. I do know them, yes. You checked your luck, but what if the charts give no trade although it's London session? Then that's fine, right? Then we don't take a trade. Very simple. Why you're not waiting for London session? This is pre-London session. London Open is a myth. We get good moves before. If you go through my journal, you'll see that. Hopefully now the start of a 5-minute pullback. There we go. That's nice to see. We needed that. So I want to show you this, guys. Please, everyone, take note of this. This is a very important stat. In this trade, if we took this big candle, and this is the problem with big candles, 5-minute candle this, right? This 5-minute candle here was worth 42 pips. We can't run a tighter stop loss because had limited top wick and stuff like that. So you just have to sell the lows and run it. It only gave 36 here. So it's not even a 1-to-1 yet. You'd have to accept negative risk to reward, or you're going to be stopped out, potentially break even, or you just survive it. You just survive it right now, and you're off to the races, which would be insane. But, you know, sometimes that doesn't happen. So that's the problem with big candles, guys. It's big candles, they just ruin your trading range. All markets today are moving together. We're seeing GJ move together, gold move together, which worries me. I hate when that happens. That's a very bad sign. Does anyone know why that is a bad sign? Let's see in chat. Anyone in YouTube chat know why it's a bad sign when markets are moving together? YouTube, Zoom, you guys should have better idea. News related, no. Why is it a bad sign? I'm not asking what is the sign for. Why is it a bad sign? I'm not asking what usually happens. I'm asking why is it a bad sign when everything's moving together? I'm not asking what the name is, right? I'm not asking if it's a correlation. I'm saying why is it a bad sign? It's a good sign. It is not a good sign. Seeing some move together, some yes, but when we're seeing all DAX move together, gold move together, GBP JPY move together, we're seeing US 30 move together, everything is moving together. Why is it a bad sign? Right? Recession, fucking hell, man. I'm talking about a 5-minute candle and you're going to a recession? Jesus Christ. I'm talking about a 5-minute. Tell us. Sorry, I can't tell you. You have to pay $5.99 to get the answer. What a cliffhanger. Womp womp. Too bad. It's not panic. It's not risk off. It's a very simple answer. But it's dangerous. When you see everything moving together, right? When you see everything moving together means that there is one main market participant who is pushing these assets in the session, because we're seeing the same money be dispersed amongst all the risk on assets. People are trading in the same direction, meaning that that person is in total control right now, because we are seeing all assets move in the same direction. Gold moved, bounced there. We saw the same bounce on gold, the same bounce we saw on DAX, the same bounce we saw on GJ, even stronger bounce on GJ, the same bounce we saw on US 30, the same bounce we saw on SPX, same bounce we saw on NASDAQ. So that means that there's like a big player in our session, and it becomes a problem, because that means if you're trading one asset, it can be influenced by that player, right? Meaning, like, gold might make sense for sells, but if we see that player come in and stop buying, it's game over. So we see what happens. I was made with Fabio with the guys in his office, and they're not. It's not his office; it's a shared place. Is there a single player who can control any asset? Not in whole, but they definitely can have an influence, some big guys. But not really, man. That's not really a reality. 200 people here in the stream. Make sure to share the stream. We need to get back. Let's get this community rocking again. Let's get back to, remember, we'll have a giveaway at 500 viewers if we can get back. So share the stream, get more people. We're posting value here, showing how it's done on a day-to-day basis. Very rare to find. And although it's not what people want to see, it is the reality and what actually makes you money long-term. So share the stream, do what you can, get it working. All right, I'm back, I'm back. Matrix attack, man. Matrix attack. Matrix attack. Matrix attack. Got matrix attack. Well, plan is if we close below here on the 5, I'll be able to take a sell. Yeah, my whole internet seemed to have crashed. Had to go reset everything. PC was fine. PC didn't crash, but internet crashed. So let's see if we can close below. Is bias bearish today or no? We have a we have a mixed bias. What if this is a pullback to try some upside after yesterday heavy move, and if we get a close above here, above the 4-hour support, we can try some upside. Let's see if this closes below or above. Oh shit, that would be the question right now. If it closes above, there could be an option if we so. It's kind of like buy above, sell below situation right now. Imagine if it crashed and you're in a trade with no SL. Yeah, that's a problem. But that's why I would have data, right? It's really important to have mobile data. So then I would just switch to that. But if you didn't have mobile data, then you're in trouble, right? Man, they wanna silence me, man. They wanna silence me. Now we have everyone left, man. Everyone left. I want to be silenced. Alright, so we closed above. Doesn't mean that it's going to rocket up just yet. 15-minute time frame hasn't even formed a support yet, right? 15-minute. 15-minute. Close bearish here. So we can still close below and get the continuation. Someone was playing songs when you went off, actually. I'm happy. See, it wasn't a crash because the Zoom is still open. So that's how you know if my PC has crashed, is because Zoom will close. Punjabi songs? Really? What the fuck, man? What was his name? GTX? Well, thanks GTX for your music. He literally left as well. That's the crazy thing. He's not in the. If you check the chat list, he's not there. Isn't that weird? I swear it's a. Bro, I'm actually worried, man. I'm literally actually worried. I'm actually worried. It's like, yeah, it feels like, look, he comes, he plays like weird music, and then boom, it leaves. We are worried you're the clone. If I win the trade, I'm not the clone. If I lose the trade, it's my clone and it doesn't count, and I never took that trade and you never took it. That's how we'll run it. Can I ask a question on mic? Yeah, if it's a technical question, then ask after stream when we do our mentorship stuff. If it's something else, then if he takes continuation none, it's a clone. I'll ask here after. Cool. So yeah, but this is our only shot. We have nice structure now. If we can survive 2 minutes, which looks like we're just gonna melt here. Come on, Dax. Come on, Dax. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. I have to wait for the close. It's my plan. Because we have no 30-minute candle closing below this previous resistance. We have no 15-minute candle closing below this previous resistance. We have no 5-minute candle closing below. So I have to follow the plan. Otherwise, I will be punished for taking random trades. And that's how it works in trading. So I either wait here 1 minute and 30 seconds. And it might dump. It might close above, right? There's always two sides to the story. No 1 minute trade. There's actually not a 1 minute option just yet. No top wick on this. See, this is what I mean. Might close above at the end, right? Look. That's my point, guys. It's so important because at the time here, you're trying to make excuses. How can I FOMO in? Maybe I should have just gone break of low. Maybe forget about this support here. I don't need it. And now it closes above. You don't even consider that. Because remember, if this thing dumped here on the floor, you would be sitting here telling yourself, I should have impulsively entered here. Maybe I was too conservative waiting. Maybe break of this low would have made sense. Maybe I should have just trusted this 15 close and just go break of low. Only if this was on the floor. But that wasn't your original plan. Like I said, my original plan was a 5-minute candle closing below here. Which hasn't happened, so it keeps me safe. So this is avoiding a loss. But people are not going to notice this. And that's the importance of having a plan. That's a prime example live of how having a plan has just protected me. And me staying true to my plan. Do you know the value of that? Most people don't have a plan. They don't have someone mentoring them to teach the plan. They don't follow the plan. And when they break the plan, they don't have any accountability because they just sit there and expect something to change while being the same person every single day. They don't make a change. So if you add all of those things together, you have a plan. You do your best to follow the plan. If you are confused about the plan, you have someone to help mentor you to get through learning the plan. You work with someone, you work with others, you work with me, communities, whatever it is. Then that community holds you accountable towards that plan. Now you have this cycle that's going to help you get better. But it all starts with you putting in that effort, not you just sitting there expecting things to be handed to you on a silver platter and handing money out to you in fucking envelopes. Because that's not how life works. So you need to put the effort in, because whenever someone sends me a testimonial, hey Harry, thanks man, I got a $5,000 payout, $2,000 payout. Thank you, Harry. Thank you. I say, yeah, you can thank me, but it was you who got the payout. You're the one who took the effort. Anyways, let's see. 3 minutes here. Potential to close above now. We can look for buys here if it doesn't blast again, right? Same scenario. Now, the same scenario we had down here, we're having up here. This could end up closing below. So we have to just follow a system. If it blasts, it doesn't matter. It's not our move because we want to avoid this situation again. This could heavily manipulate, reject the highs, reject the lows range, and then London Open gives the move. You know? So we could have a nice move where this candle closes above. I try a buy and hopefully I can get to break even before the open, and the open continues my move. It's London Open soon. I'm not scared of London Open. It doesn't scare me, but I can manage before the Open. It's fine. 2 minutes before the Open, yeah, that's a different story, right? That's way too close. 2 minutes, you don't have much time. But this amount of time it's okay. We can at least have the next 5-minute candle to see what happens. And look what it's doing now, rejecting, right? You see? This is it's giving me a very good example to show you how important the plan is, because the day you break the plan, the market will do some bullshit like this. Any other day, trust me, how many times have you guys seen you get away with selling the lows here and it just flies and you're like, damn, that was easy, I should have done that more often. But the time you do it and actually put money on it, the market does a day like this. Right? It does this exact scenario. Then what do? You jump in buys impulsively because you tell yourself, fuck it, man. I'm not going to be able to take the sells. It has to go up. It has to bounce from here. You go in on that nasty 1 minute. You're like, oh, big 1 minute volume coming. Let me get in. Let me get in now. 5 minute breaking these highs. Let me get in. Now look what's happened. Right? Five minutes to open. Nice candle we have here forming here. No 1 minute structure is a threat. So I need to see a good top wick next candle. Ideally, we need to break this low if we really want to continue down here. That's where we need to break. Well, first, let's get the close below. Then we need to break this low. Before being in the mentorship, I would have been stopped out. Well, yeah, it's good, man. Are you trading gold today? Yeah, I don't mind trading gold. This is a good pullback we have. We just need a resistance and I can continue this move down. So I need to see maybe a 15-minute resistance in the next candle. Then I can look to continue this move down. But for now, I'm a little bit interested here in what's going on DAX. So 5 minutes to the open. Let's get some 1 minute structure here. And then I want to break the lowest low here. So let's see if we can pull back a little bit here. Otherwise, a bit too risky for my liking. With an aggressive stop here, if we get that 1 minute pullback, I can put stops here, which is 23 points. That's as aggressive as I can go. Why? Because there's not even 1 minute structure there. So I'm really relying on the structure that will be created on the 1 minute to protect my stop loss. Now, we have another problem. If it takes a long time now to make a top wick, it's going to be very close to the open. Very close to the open. So here is our top wick, but how fast do we start to now come down after making such a top wick? Gold is ranging in the high time frame, which makes a 1 minute a bit more risky. I like to see some kind of directional bias. We love directional bias. It is our bread and butter. Markets are amazing when they have a strong directional bias. So looks like we are making the structure here. Again, look at these small details, right? How many people would have not waited for this small detail? And you're going to make these type of mistakes yourself, and you're not going to have people to give you feedback because no one looks at your trades. You don't have someone who's better than you reviewing your trades. And then you expect to get better. It just doesn't happen. Trust me. I've done this for a while and I have the idea of what gets people better and what doesn't. I learned from doing, from real life experience, because I'm not just in it to say, hey, buy my course, pay $500 for my course and just watch videos and I don't even know who they are. They just pay money to learn from me. That's not who I am. I could have done that, would have made my life a lot easier, but I wouldn't have learned, okay, what actually generates results for people. 2 minutes till open. Yeah, we might get thunderstorm till for the open here. It's a tough one, man. This is where I can't really take a trade because we're super close to open. You would gamble in the last 2 minutes. If it broke the low, we're flying down. It's too tight of a gamble. But the open can give me a trade itself, because if the open makes a top wick here and then breaks the low, I can get in for sells. And I can put my stop loss somewhere like 21 points and target 21 points, which would actually nicely line up with this zone here. So this would be known as my thunderstorm setup. Even if it closes like this, it's not bad. As long as it's not where my mouse is. Like, as long as the last 1 minute doesn't just fly down, which is possible. It would be annoying, but you can't let it make you pissed in the market, right? To make you now start to FOMO on different entries because that happened. And also remember, guys, on an open trade here doesn't necessarily mean we'll be able to get an entry, because sometimes it's just really fast, right? So we don't want it too much deeper than this, man. This is going to be our limit. Any deeper doesn't make sense for our trade. This is it. So it has to just come here. It has to just muck around here for 40 seconds. Just has to mess around for 40 seconds. I do not recommend in German 40. I'm German and Germany is going to hell. Well, I'm not investing in it. I'm trading it. So I'm actually looking to sell it right now. So definitely not supporting the asset. I'm definitely not supporting. Look at this last second closing above as well. That would be very interesting, and one of the reasons I wait for closures if this closes above last seconds. Let's see, 9 seconds, about to close above maybe. It's playing. Closed above. There you go. Man, you know how much people just lost money? Do you know how much people just got fucked up in this range today? I can't tell you how many people just got messed up. So many people just got messed up in this range today, and no one here understands how bad it would have been. Look how bad that would have been. Again, then they enter sells here impulsively again, straight to stop loss again, because they're like, fuck, I just got stopped out, right? They had their stop loss above, and then they just got stopped out, boom, and then it comes back down again, and they see it breaking through this, they're like, I have to sell again. They sell again, boom. Game over. Game over. Respecting this zone here. So we could potentially now see the buys, and we've just left all of this mess. All of this mess I've left. I mean, man, people don't realize this. You know, today that could have been 4 trades lost back to back. Back to back 4 trades. And that would have been me 4 years ago. Because it's what makes sense. We close below, I go, then we're looking like we're going above again. Now I buy again. Now I'm back in drawdown. And I'm just a mess. That's my whole account blown in one day. Because it just doesn't make sense. Because there's no patience, right? It's all this heated up. So let's see how the 1 hour candle close here. Bullish on gold here. Gold, I think we have full bearish bias today. Previous daily bearish, 4 hours looking bearish, yeah. So we did tap 4 hour support. So I'm not really looking for counter bias just yet myself. I'll be looking for maybe a move up and then a 15-minute candle closing bearish. And then I can look for sells. There's obviously a possibility for us to buy back up here, but it's not my idea just yet. Buys, I would want to see something like this. That's my buys. My first buy got stopped out. I went in again. I'm out to call it today. US 30 still in profits though, so I'm hopeful DAX will be buying till US Open. Just have to wait, man. It's in a very manipulative phase right now. We are absolutely rinsing buyers and sellers. Just wait for clear closes, and then we will be able to pick a direction. Was I not going to get 1 month free? But you didn't even message, bro. How am I supposed to... What am I supposed to do? Magically gift it to you? Wow, what a manipulation, man. Absolutely breaks every single high towards the upside. Poof. Nasty, nasty, nasty. That's actually nasty price action. And then we just dump randomly like this. Yeah, definitely not an asset I want to be part of today if it's gonna do stuff like this. That is disgusting. Literally stops everyone out, then goes to the highs, then tries to look bullish again, and then just comes down and impulsively sells. Goodbye. And the problem is you can't put stop loss. You can't just put your stop loss like this. You know, you have to run this, so you're not getting paid from this. This is what you call very difficult. You didn't catch the gold sells? I'm looking for gold sells. These are not big sells for me. Yesterday I caught the US 30 sells. Those were beautiful. Look how big US 30 selling zone. I was looking for sells from up here down. This first one actually did get stopped out, and then I entered again, and then it went down nicely. Stopped out with a loss? Yeah, that's fine. You just, luckily it gave a re-entry. So if you didn't re-enter, you just have to study it a bit and say, okay, how could have I re-entered? How are you looking for the week? Yeah, I'm about 800 on one funded account. And then on my personal account, we're also looking pretty good. Took one loss in the beginning of the week. So I'm up on my personal... just almost 2% for the week, or 2R for the week, which is good for a week. So total up this week is around, including funded. If you include funded, it's around almost 4%. Without, it will be closer to that 2. Do you have any course to learn from? You learn from directly from me. So part of learning from me, we have a course as well. But I don't believe in just a course, so I like to actually mentor people myself. So you get to speak to me on a daily basis, send me your trades, not just speak to me about random stuff on YouTube. I actually get to speak to you about the trading side of things, not just about my process on a day-to-day basis. So that's this. It's not like $500 for a course. It's a very simple monthly membership, very affordable as well. And yeah, I think I'll be closing spots. I actually have I think for the whole of December, guys, I'm going to shut down as well the exclusive group. That's also a plan I had, at least for till next year. You do one-on-one in the group. It's not. The group is only $70 a month for the group. So it's not a one-on-one setting. That is different for one-on-ones, of course. Shut down sense of new members? Yes. If one-on-ones, you have to reach out to me differently, right? You can go and reach out to me in the description. Contact me. Or you can go to this and you can fill out this form here as well. There's this form you can fill. Seven minutes for the 15 close. Let's see what happens. I haven't been in contact, Harry. Run a planning business as well, which takes a lot. So I'm going to get soon with some questions, just going through content. Yeah, that's the whole point, man. That's the whole point. You trade NY every single day in the group. Yeah, we do have NY, and members together can host a session. I'm in the chat. So what I do is I have a live chat. So I'm sending all of my updates and what I'm looking for and stuff like this. I send it there for NY, and you can see how active our NY chat is. So definitely a lot of discussion going on for NY. Because I also, like, my goal of anyone who wants to come into the group, the goal is for you to become a trader, not a signal bot, you know? We want you to become a trader and actually start achieving payouts, right? These payouts are not achieved from just being someone who's a bot. These payouts are achieved from what? Right? These payouts are achieved from becoming a trader, right? That's the big difference. You have to become a trader to get these type of payouts. So, and that's a process. And if I spoon feed you all the time, where you don't even have to think with one brain cell, you're not going to become a trader and you're not going to be able to generate results. It's just an ineffective method. It sells well. It sells well to an audience because they see it as like a get rich quick. But when they try to generate results from it, sometimes they make money, they end up giving it back. I don't want that. I want people to generate long-lasting results. And in order to do that, you need to develop skills, right? I think investing in education is really important. The correct one is important, you know? Someone has to help you, you know? And as long as it doesn't even like, you don't like, it's a benefit. Like, honestly, when I first started in trading, the education space was all courses. There was no real mentorships. So it was all buy my course. There was like Q Bank's course. There were all these big guys, big names, and they were all like popular courses, which was just really simple concepts, right? Now, at the time, and you had to pay maybe around $800 for that course. $500 was the average for a course. And I never thought, like, I was looking for I wanted someone that I could speak to, someone that I could understand and have questions, because watching videos I didn't find interesting, but having someone around me that I could use as a mentor was way more interesting to me. And to do that was like, they were charging maybe $15,000 to $20,000. And at the time, that was not feasible for me to have a one-on-one mentor for $15,000 to $20,000. There was like some guys for like $10,000. But at the time, I was like, that's too much for me at the time. So, you know, if they were a legit person, even at this day, I pay, like, people don't understand, but I pay, like, I have mentors for business, right? For business, stuff like that. I pay them probably more than $10,000 to help me out. So it's crazy. Like, I invest in education till today, but just in different areas where I need it. I also pay people to do things that they can do it better, right? That's a form of investing. How did DAX do? Wow. Unbelievable, huh? Manipulate everything and then just absolutely make us cry ourselves to sleep. That's just nasty. You see the definition of nasty that is. But I'm so happy we didn't lose our asteroid. You know how bad this could have been? Imagine we just got rinsed. We took sells here, then we got stopped out, and then we tried to enter again, and then this London Open came and stopped us out. Oh man. And then it goes. Disgusting scam looking back. I think back in the days, it's a lot different to what you can get now. You know, I mean, it was way harder to learn to trade back in the past because it was just full of like courses that were really expensive, $500 to $1,000, which is just basic videos. They can help for sure, but then it's not going to get you from zero to profitable. And then prop firms, they only gave you a month to make 10%. So that was really difficult in the beginning. And that's one of the reasons I never took a prop firm challenge, is because I knew I could not make 10% in a month when I first started without risking more than 2%. And every time I risked 2%, I would just lose back then. So that's why I never went down the prop firm. If I was just coming into trading, for sure I would go down the prop firm route first. Because it's easy now. Now you don't have a time limit. So I don't have to over risk to pass my challenge. It's an option. But before it was not an option. If you were coming close to the month and you were up 8% and you needed that last 2%, then you have to go push for heavy risk. And if you start taking losses because you're forcing setups, you know, you just start losing. I took one challenge and I said that was it, you know. I said that was it. Because what happened to me, I made 8%. I made 8% in that challenge, right? I made 8% in that challenge. And after making 8% in the challenge, I was really close to passing, but I only had 2 days left before the end of month. So I pushed it. I pushed it on news. I tried to trade the 1 minute after the news release. So after the news candle came out, because there was new trading rule, you have to wait 1 minute. I waited 1 minute and then I tried to catch the impulse to make money and I lost. So I was down like 5% and then I started full margining and daily lot limit gone. But if I didn't have that pressure of I need to make 2% in 2 days, then 2% is an easy job. All I had to do is take my next best setup, right? And it will come. And that's how it is these days with prop firms. You don't have those, you need to be staying for tons of time. So that's why it's extremely beneficial. So we have the setup 2 forming here. We need a top wick on this candle here. Possibly we can take sells breaking the low once we get a top wick. 5 minute has a thunderstorm as well, but we need that top wick. So I need to see that top wick first. Otherwise I cannot take an entry. Yeah, making a decent top wick here. I wonder if we can get stops above this 5 minute here. I feel like after a good top wick, we should not need to break this 5 minute high, optimize stop loss. So it's kind of like a thunderstorm entry, right? Still a big stop, you know, still 40 somewhat pips here. We can try to get back here to the 4-hour support and then see if we continue down further. Can highly recommend Harry as a mentor, accountability, discipline, guidance. I appreciate that, brother. I need $900 to pass top stop. Any suggestion? Just take it easy, man. Don't push it. Don't rush it. $900. Take your time. How much do you risk per trade would be my question to you. How much do you risk for trade? Yeah, so I'm going to have a sell stop here. Look for a sell if we can break this low. Something like this. Stop loss above wherever this wick forms. Because now, if we're gonna continue bullish today, it's not gonna break this low now. This candle is gonna close bullish, and we're just gonna continue up slowly but surely. That's what's gonna happen. So I'm not even gonna be triggered in the position. Nothing's gonna happen. I will just $300. Yeah. So continue with that risk and take your time, man. Don't force setups. You know, you'll need about 3 trades to win. So you're going quite conservative with $300 risk per trade. So you just need to give it time. 900 might take some time because you might take a few losses. So you might need 5, 6, 7 trades. Or you might get a nice banger. You might make 600 from that trade. And then it all works out well, you know. So it has to flip though, otherwise I don't get entered here, and then it's just gonna maybe range in here, or we'll see what happens. But this is the beauty of waiting for that confirmation, right? And that's that last confirmation I'm waiting for. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, for the guys in the exclusive, if they're a good trader, I tell them to pass in a different way. Completely different from the way that you're trying to pass it. All the guys, I tell them, and it would seem like if you're a beginner and I tell you to pass an account in the way that I normally tell them, you'll say that I'm stupid or I'm ill-advising, but it's honestly the best way. It's honestly the best way, and those who are around me, they can attest to that. But what do you think about Nasdaq sells if you traded it? Yeah, I love Nasdaq is looking good during London these days. 50-minute candle closed below, but you're stuck at the 5. So this 5 can become issues. For me personally, I would not sell into this 5. Sell below it, yes, but not into it. You know, that's how I would trade. You got another eval to live this morning using the zone strategy. I told you I want you to just start trading live now. Enough evals, man. You've passed enough, man. Short of another one passing. Yeah, how much you'll have now? 11 evaluations, bro? No, 11. Now you have 11 live accounts. Almost 1 million in funding, man. That's a good number, bro. You need to... It's a good number. Has gold triggered us? No, it's broken the high. So I'm going to delete my idea here, unfortunately. Because it is not triggering my idea, which is fine. That's the whole point. I'd waited for that first because I knew it can go the opposite way. This is my second account. I blew up my first account by accident. Then I win 7 back-to-back, not a single loss. Now I'm feeling anxious. Yeah, man. You know, if you're winning by luck, maybe, as long as you've been following your plan, then you're just on something called a win streak, right? So it's a good thing. You should be happy. But if you're just like felt you've got a bit lucky, then really try to identify why could this not be luck? Right, why could this position not be luck? I'm gonna wait for this 30-minute close because this 30 can close bearish and we can get the same setup, but with instead of a 5-minute candle closing small bullish, we have a 15-minute candle closing small bullish. What is the most beginner-friendly, price action or volume? I would say to trade any single strategy, you need to have some knowledge of price action for sure. For me, I can say that 100%. Anyone who doesn't have some sort of knowledge of price action will not be able to trade any other strategy. And fundamentals, yeah, fundamentals is always a good thing, man. Always a good thing. So we'll see in 5 minutes how gold closes. We can make decisions from there. I feel frustrated not taking the DAX sell after the open, so why didn't you take it? That would be my question, right? Why didn't you take it? What was the reason for not taking the DAX sell after the open? For me, it's very straightforward. I never feel frustrated. Yeah, I'm annoyed that I couldn't find a way in because it's a beautiful push we had here, but I know why. I know why. We need to close the 15 below this 1 hour here, which was not a problem on our previous 15, but now it is a problem because we're closing back above it. So that's why I wasn't worried about it when I was looking for sells here, because we were below it. But now it's a different story. So we'll see in 2 minutes. It definitely is possible. Definitely is possible. Did you send me details on copy trading solution for my setup? Yeah, I sent you in the chat the name of it, man. Just have to scroll up. I sent it to you the first time you asked. Okay, looks like we're gonna close above here. So I want to see maybe a 15-minute candle closing below, or I want to see a 5-minute candle close bullish, then the next one close below to take it on the 5 and rely on the 30-minute. But we're respecting this 1 hour support right now. So until I get stuff closing below, I can't really take anything. And that's all I'm gonna wait for, as simple as that. Otherwise, we can respect this and start to maybe try continue upside or start to range in here. That's gonna be the plan. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna chill with the guys in exclusive. Appreciate everyone showing up to stream as always. Have a beautiful weekend, everyone. Thanks for showing up this week. Much love. Take care, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon next week. And yeah, take care and peace. Cheers, guys. Cheers.